Okay, start day 52. Well, not exactly the start. I'm about 40 minutes up the trail. Uh, Yesterday was a hard hiking day. Wasn't so much hiking in the rain. At a certain point, just got to the place where I was wet and the wind was blowing and it was a cold wind. And so I ditched to a shelter at 7 miles instead of going the planned 12 that I had. Turns out I wasn't the only one with the same idea, as a bunch of other thru hikers ended up in that shelter last night. There must have been 7 or 8 people tenting outside, and probably 6 of us inside, just getting dry and warm. So anyway, I learned some things. I need to tweak my kit a little bit. I need to carry more clothes in the event of something like this, so I could wear something on my legs to keep them warm and let them get wet and still have something dry when I got to camp. So live and learn. The goal today is US Route 522, just outside of Front Royal, where I'll get a pickup. I need to go home, take care of a few things, probably take a zero, and then back to the last 60 miles of Virginia. I'm getting more comfortable with longer days, so today's mileage is 13 and a half plus the 3/10 of a mile bonus miles that I had coming out of the shelter, so it'll be a 14. If I can keep on my marks today, that will be 7 hours of hiking. Started at 8:30, should make, I believe, 4:30. So anyway, that's what we got going. But we were debating in the shelter last night the weather forecast. Some weather forecasts were calling for rain all day. Some were calling for scattered showers today. Some were calling for clearing today. At this point, it looks like we have clearing for a bit anyway, so I'm taking any dry hiking I can. It's much more pleasant not to be wet and struggling to stay warm. So there are two extremes when you're hiking wet. One is wet and cold. The other one is just wet and sweaty, just covered in sweat, because you put on rain gear to keep out the rain and then you sweat to death. So yesterday I had that managed pretty well for the first 3, 4, 5 miles. Here we got a Skyline Drive crossing. Had it managed pretty well. Was really comfortable and hiked well. And then we got up over a ridge. And the wind started blowing, and then it started to be downhill, and I wasn't exerting any effort to generate heat, and then it got cold. And sometimes in these shelters I feel like a real neophyte, because most of these people have been hiking since Georgia, and some of them say, well, I'm going to hike 20 miles today. Anyway, to hear them talk about having the same thing too, just not getting warm and being really chilled. So it made me feel a little better this morning that other people were struggling with it too. So here is a parking area. This ends this section of trail in Shenandoah National Park that I've hiked. From here on out, it's all new experience. I believe this is it anyway. Mount Marshall Trailhead. So there we got it. So those are my beginning thoughts for the day 52. Happy that the weather turned out on the better side, and happy to be headed toward good food and a hot shower. So the payoff for 2.5 miles of climbing up Mount Marshall. Right now it is stunning. Yesterday would have been total fog. Don't know what the rest of the day brings, but I got to see the good view. See these grasses along the trail here? They look pretty, but when it rains, they collect water on the very end, and as you walk by them, it lands on your leg and runs right down into your sock. Yesterday, all these grasses, every time you walk through them, you just get a rush of water down into your shoe. And not the most fun thing in the world, but anyway, they're pretty, but it's just a fact of life. It's just started today's call for scattered showers, and we just had a little sprinkle there. Put on rain gear again. Looks like it might clear, so I don't mind a momentary shower. I'm just, it's hard to hike all day in the rain. Anyway, taking you along with me. You can see me in all my gilded glory here with the rain jacket on. Disheveled, needs a shave. Anyway, day 52, taking you with me. Kudos to my friend Caboose. He told me that after the park boundary there was a little bit of a gnarly rock scramble. Looks like we are just at the beginning of it. Actually, as a funny coincidence, there was a rock up the trail just a little ways up here that was wet. I stepped on it and foot slipped out from under me and I went down like a sack of potatoes. Anyway, we're going to have to ease ourselves down this rock scramble. I don't know how long it goes, but we're going to find out here in a little bit. Well, we're down the rock scramble. It was a little gnarly, but it was not very long, unless there's more to come. I don't know, but it was fairly steep pitch, and you had to choose your footing carefully, but very manageable. And it looks like the trail is turning back a little bit more docile. So I think I have I have about 5 more miles to go today. 2.5 hours. So we'll get on it and keep walking. Here we have a bridge up to parking lot on 522 where I'm going to get picked up, but you don't often have a nice bridge. We have to just kind of pick from rock to rock. But this time we got a bridge. Pretty good sized stream. That's probably why there's a bridge.